Hi folks, Steve the Hurricane here. Welcome to another exciting episode of A Drink with the Hurricane. Cheers. So for today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, I'm going to be talking about the most important webinar for your business. And that is on December 1st, 2015. I'm going to be leading a pricing webinar for the general public. You may not realize this or not. If you were to go back to Home Care Pulse, if you were to go to Genworth Financial or MetLife or John Hancock and look over the last 5 years as to what the cost of home care was in 2010 to 2015, it has remained the same. That is a big problem. I don't know anything. The cost of goods, Coca-Cola was $1.29 for a 2-liter bottle in 2010. That same bottle is now $1.59, $1.89. We're talking 25-30% increase, which is 5% increments every year to what the cost of goods are today. The only industry where the price hasn't changed is home care. Now I understand, I am a deacon in my church. I serve people all the time. So I understand coming from a place of helping people. But what I don't understand is if your business is losing money, you're not going to be in business. The regulations, accountable care, the labor law changes. Everything is forcing us to increase our rates, yet we're not. And I'm not talking about raking somebody over the coals and charging $30, $35 an hour. That's not what I'm talking about doing. But if your rate, a national average, is $20 an hour, which is what it was 5 years ago, and you go to $22, that is not a tremendous increase. And I know you're probably thinking, well, if I raise my rates, no one can afford the services. We almost sound like the social workers who say nobody can afford the services, right? That statement, that's a statement that we hear from them. We buy into it ourselves. Truth of the matter, if somebody can't afford $20, which is the current average, then they're not going to be able to afford 22. But if they can afford 20, they can afford 22. It's not that much of a difference. We just have to know how to close. We have to be confident in charging what we're charging for a reason, and that reason is we're going to provide the best quality care for our individuals. That's the truth. When I had my business CareChoice, when I was representing the company that we sold CareChoice to, our rates were $1.50 to $2 an hour over the average price of the area. Now, we were not the highest priced person, but we were at a slightly above average price, yes, but we had the reputation of being the best. We took the cases nobody else wanted. We got the job done correctly. We were the best in our industry, in our marketplace. And you know you're going to do the same. You know if you get that phone call at 1 o'clock in the morning that my client fell out of bed, you're going to get up and you're going to go over to that house. You know that if your caregiver calls out for a shift, you're going to do whatever you can to staff it. You might even go there yourself. Yes, I've put clients into their bed. Yes, I've helped clients get into their house out of their car. I do these things because it was my responsibility when I signed them up as a client, when I signed them up as a patient under my care, even though I'm not a nurse. That's my responsibility. That's the responsibility you take when you sign that agreement with somebody. So is it not fair that you be able to keep the shirt on your back, keep the lights on in your office? This isn't something that we just want to do. We have to do it. But we have to do it as a nation. And that's why this whole episode has been dedicated to that webinar, which you can click on the icon right here and register for it. Whatever you have to do, December 1st, make sure you are on that webinar. It'll be the most important thing you do for your business this year. So there's our tip of the week. I can't wait to talk to you in that webinar. Go out there and blow away the competition. To register for this webinar, click on the I icon for a direct link.